time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association 6A State Basketball Tournament, presented by EAB Sports. Today's game brought to you by Centennial Bank, Chris Crane Hyundai, Pettigene Meats, First Security Bank, Smith Ford, Alexander's Machine Shop, NEA Baptist, First Community Bank, and Velda Looters Coldwell Bankers RPM Group. Let's go courtside now with J.R. Runyon for today's semifinal game between the number 1 seed from the Central, the Conway Lady Wampus Cats, and the number 3 seed from the Central, the Little Rock Central Lady Tigers.
Make sure all my buttons are pushed there. There we go. Good afternoon and welcome back to Rogers High School, where today it is the semifinal matchup with Little Rock Central and Conway. And as we know, Mr. King taking a quick phone call, but as we know, this is a matchup that, well, let's just say that there is a lot of tension involved in this game here, a lot of excitement involved in this game here, and this is the rubber match between Little Rock Central, who defeated Conway earlier in the season at Central, and then Conway got that one back with a win at home against Little Rock Central later in the season, and this is the rubber match for the 2023 conference schedule and postseason. And so this will be a matchup that will see two teams that know each other very, very well, and there's just a lot of magic around this game here today. And of course, Little Rock Central knocked Conway out of last year's tournament in an earlier round game. And then it was just a few years ago that there was a very memorable game that was held at Cabot High School. And Eric King and I say that was probably our favorite game we've ever called, was that game with Little Rock Central and Conway at Cabot in the playoffs back in a semifinal matchup about 7-8 years ago. So that will be something that we will always have in the back of our mind. All right, we are about ready to take our first break of the afternoon and get things set up, and we'll come back with our starting lineups introduction. We were getting ready here for the public address announcer, Mark Scott, to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, and as well as our national anthem, and then also again to do our starting lineup introductions here as we get ready for the semifinal matchup. It's an all 6A Central matchup, Little Rock Central and Conway, and we will have that for you when we come back right here as we broadcast live from Rogers High School with our EAB Sports Network broadcast of the Centennial Bank 6A basketball tournament here on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
Purchasing and selling real estate, whether residential or commercial, is something no one can afford to make mistakes in. That's why Velda Looters Coldwell Banker RPM Group in Conway is ready to handle all your real estate needs. A professional who will lead you through the whole process of buying and selling real estate. Velda brings her years of experience and knowledge to the table. Get it right the first time with Velda Looters, your trained professional real estate expert. Call her today and learn more at 730-2857 or go online to VeldaLooters.com. Velda values your business.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want. And the price? Yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas zippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
And welcome back here to Rogers High School as we are ready now for our starting lineup introductions by Mark Scott, PA announcer here at Rogers High.
This afternoon features the Little Rock Central Lady Tigers and the Conway Wampus Cats. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the Lady Tigers from Little Rock Central. A 5'4" junior, number 3, Olivia Montgomery. A 5'1" junior, number 11, Ashlyn Kimball. Number 22, a 5'11" junior, Jordan Marshall. Number 23, a 5'10" junior, Kaya Davis. And number 33, a 5'10" sophomore, Taylor Day Davis. Little Rock Central is coached by Marlon Williams. He's assisted by Marquita Myers and Tommy Butcher. And now, here's the starting lineups for the Wampus Cats from Conway. Number 1, a 5'5" senior, Caden Beckwith. Number 13, a 5'10" senior, Chloe Clairday. Number 21, a 5'7" senior, Camille Brown. Number 24, a 5'9" sophomore, Alexis Cox. And number 42, a 6'4" senior, Savannah Scott. Conway is coached by Ashley Hutchcraft. She's assisted by LaShanta Johnson.
All right, so there's the starting lineups. Pretty much what you expected, Mr. King.
Yeah, on both sides.
On both sides, familiar faces. Central got here with wins over Rogers on day 2, and then on day 4, it was a win over Northside, and now they face Conway, and Conway, of course, with a win over Fayetteville on Thursday, has put them in this game here in the semifinals. Winner of this game will play at 12 noon on Friday in Hot Springs against the winner of today's second semifinal in the girls bracket, which is Cabot and North Little Rock. And yes, it is an all 6A Central semifinal. All right, and we are off and running. The ball is tipped and controlled by Clardy, and Conway with the first possession. Camille Brown works it over in the corner. Alexis Cox for 3. Shot off of the iron, no good. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall pushes it up the floor to Day Davis. Day Davis over in the corner. And the 3 is good for Montgomery on that side of the floor. 3-0, Central with the early points.
Yeah, well, Montgomery had some big points the other night, and as we know, she can shoot.
Caden Beckwith with the basketball to Camille Brown. Brown into Clardy. Clardy looks down inside for Savannah Scott off the glass for 2.
It'll be very good to get her involved in the game. Savannah's coming off a big game with 12 points.
And there was almost a steal there as Jordan Marshall let the ball go for just a second, and Caden Beckwith right on top of it. Montgomery with the basketball out between the circles. Right side it goes to Day Davis. Day Davis, left side to Kimball. Now to Marshall. Marshall tries to work it in. Standing on the line on the baseline was Montgomery after the pass was tipped, and the ball will come back to Conway.
That almost hit Beckwith on top of the head.
Clardy will get the ball on the inbounds play and bring it across for the Lady Cats.
Looks like Marshall's going to be paired up with Clardy.
Over to Brown, back over to Clardy. Clardy puts the shot up, won't go. Rebound inside by Day Davis. 3-2 Central with the early lead. Kimball with the basketball. Out between the circles. Conway opens in that 2-3 zone. Day Davis over to Kimball, working it down inside to Davis, who kicks it back out to Montgomery. 10 on the shot clock. Day Davis with it up high. Kimball makes a move and goes inside and gets it off the left side of the glass for two.
Nice little move there. She went around Savannah and just laid it off the glass.
Beckwith gets the pass and drops it down inside to Savannah. She can't get the first to go, but gets the second. 4 on the board for Conway, all from Savannah Scott inside.
Hey, what a great job of staying with that one.
Davis, and there's that defense. Camille Brown with the steal for Conway. Will put the Lady Cats up by a score of 6-5. On a great steal, anticipating there that defense, Camille Brown. Davis kicks it out to Marshall. Marshall puts the shot up, it won't go. Battle for it underneath. The shot won't fall, but a foul going to be called, and Jordan Marshall will go to the free throw line. I don't know why I have my chart here. I haven't had to look at anything yet. That's how familiar we are with both of these schools. Jordan Marshall will go to the free throw line.
The foul's going to be on Lex Cox.
Free throw is good, tied at 6. Kimball and Day Davis switch positions at the free throw line, or the lane. Second free throw good as well, 7-6 Central.
Now Marshall had a huge game the other day with 31 points.
Beckwith sees an opening, takes it up. Shots blocked by Kimball, though, coming in from behind. It'll stay with Conway. 29 on the shot clock. 5:32 to go here. Central with the early 1-point lead. Alexis Cox has it stripped. Stripped away by Davis that time. It'll stay with Conway, though. Inbound to Clardy. Tried to pass it off, had it knocked away. Round to Beckwith on the wing, guarded there by Kimball.
And both these teams are so quick, Jay.
They are. And very aggressive defensively. Caden Beckwith takes it in, puts a floater up. It won't go. To rebound, Day Davis. 7-6 to score. Kimball has it taken away. Clardy with the basketball. Works it up front to Camille Brown. Camille Brown takes it up and gets the shot to fall.
Nice job with Brown staying with it. Great pass there by Clardy.
4 points for Brown, 8-7 to score. Conway on top, back the other way. Day Davis puts up a three that's off of the mark. Savannah Scott rebounds for Conway. Goes to the floor, but back up, and back come the Lady Cats. Up by a point, 8-7. Alexis Cox to Beckwith. Camille Brown out on the wing with Kimball on her. Up to Lex. Back to Camille. She gets it down inside. Savannah Scott, 6 early points. Great way to get off for the Cats. 10-7 to score, Conway.
I mean, that 3 identical shots right there, Jay.
They will try to adjust that defensively, will Central. Marshall with the basketball, back up to Kimball. And stolen by Lex Cox. Great anticipation again. There's that defense to Chloe Clardy. Shot won't go. Just a little too far under the basket that time. A great job of Camille Brown getting back defensively on Day Davis.
Well, that's a great pass, too, by Cox. She threaded it.
10-7 Conway. Day Davis thought about the three. Now they'll get it over to Montgomery. She looked at the three, but Camille Brown was on top of her in a hurry to prevent an easy look. And foul going to be called on Savannah Scott.
Fouls on Savannah Scott. That's her first.
First on Conway, or second on Conway, rather. Taylor Day Davis to the free throw line for Central. 3:35 to go here, first quarter. Conway on top early, 10-7. Make it 10-8 with that first free throw. Smiley Jordan, Emery Bohannon check in for Beckwith and Brown for the Lady Cats. Second free throw off the front of the iron, no good. Lex Cox with the rebound. Gives it to Jordan. Smiley takes it into the paint, drops it off, and again, right there, Savannah Scott in that spot has 8. And timeout called by Central. Timeout called by Central. Conway with a 12-8 lead early on. Back after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is proud.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Purchasing a selling real
Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back. And great opening here for this ball game by Savannah Scott as she's got 8, and the lead is 12-8 Conway. Marshall with the basketball to Kimball. Kimball throws it away. It'll be Conway's ball.
Tell you what, Conway's defense is back, Jay, for right now.
It is.
They are everywhere.
And that's what it takes against a team like Central, and that was the difference between game 1 and game 2 in the regular season. Cox over in the corner, Bohannon for 3, short. That was maybe just a step back further than what she normally would like to shoot from. Marshall takes it in, blocked by Savannah Scott. Fast break opportunity. No, Kimball does a good job of getting up and getting the pass before it gets to Clardy. Back the other way comes Central. And then, this time they're going to get the block, or the call, and the foul. And it's going to be on Jordan, not on Savannah Scott. 12-8 the score, and that will put Davis, a 5'10" junior, at the free throw line for Little Rock Central. She gets the first free throw.
Tell you what, one thing Conway's going to do, because Central started it out, and that's be good from the line tonight, Jay.
Yep. Gets the second one to go as well. 12-10 the score. Conway on top. Samaya Jordan gets it to Bohannon. Bohannon to Cox. Cox works it to Savannah Scott inside. Scott's first shot no good, but gets her own rebound. She's got 10 of the 14 on the board already for Conway.
Thought they should have called a foul, but we'll take 2 anytime.
Absolutely. Like the end one, but the foul was on the shot that was missed.
Yeah.
Armstrong takes it into the paint, and great job by Clardy. Seeing the passing lane and coming up with the steal. Chloe up the floor to Jordan. She'll pull it back out, reset the offense. Samaya, the sophomore, over to another sophomore, Emery Bohannon. Sophomore laden, loaded Conway Lady Wampus Cats, with some great seniors to add in the mix. Speaking of sophomores, Samaya Jordan comes in and knocks down a 3, 17-10.
Tell you what, she has definitely come along this year, Jay.
Coach Hutchcraft told me before the start of the season she was a secret weapon. It's not much of a secret now.
No,
she is a weapon.
No. Nope.
Back the other way after the miss. Chloe Clardy puts a 3 ball. That pig cashes in. Threes are falling early for Conway now, 20-10. Minute 20 left to go. First quarter. Jay Davis goes to the ground. That's going to be a traveling.
Great defense. Great defense.
Coming on to the floor now will be Houston for Montgomery for Little Rock Central, and Little Rock Central wants to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Minute 12 left to go. Talk about the early start for the Lady Cats. You know, we mentioned this the other day in the second round game that Conway played, how important it was going to be for Savannah Scott to get off early. Today, another example of why that's important.
Well, she's doing a great job, Jay, and they're feeding her. And I really thought Central, after that first timeout, would come out with an answer for that. They don't have an answer for it right now. And another issue that Central's got to look at right now, we've got Jordan and Clardy pretty hot from outside. So, and this defense is doing what Conway Lady Cat defense can do. So, it'll be exciting to see how this ends up. But, I mean, it's not over. But no. I know one thing. Lady Cats have come to play today.
Well, and they've come out hot with Savannah Scott. She's done a great job. And, of course, a three-pointer right there you see on the replay there from Samaya Jordan, and then Chloe Clardy answers back with a three. I mean, this is the kind of game that Conway wants to have in this situation, so it's great to see him get started off this way. But like you say, there's a lot of basketball still left to play.
A lot of basketball to play, and one thing that I'm excited about the Conway team, usually they're a slow starting team. Today, that's not the case.
No. Well, and I think they understand against Central, you can't have a slow start. All right, so here we go. Minute 12 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Conway on top by a score of 20-10. We'll have the basketball here on the near side. Clardy will give it up here to Samaya Jordan. Jordan out high, over to Bohannon. And we have now Camille Brown back in the ball game. Tries to get the pass down to Savannah Scott. She chases it down and then finds Jordan, who finds Bohannon from the right wing. It won't go. Rebound inside Marshall. Marshall bring it back up the floor for Central. Kimball with the rock. Right side it goes now to Houston. Houston to Day Davis. Working the baseline with the help. Great job of help there by Bohannon. But the rebound put back in for two. Working it down and off of the glass. Samaya Jordan not just has the long range, has the layup ability as well, and puts it back to a 10-point game, 22-12.
Tell you what, that had some zip on it right there from Chloe Clardy, that pass.
Day Davis over in the corner, open look from Kimball, and it's no good, and Clardy with the rebound. Chloe runs the clock out, and we have gone through 8 minutes, and Conway leads by 10, 22-12. We'll be back after this timeout here on the EAB Sports Network.
Hey, it's
Petit Jean Meats smoke meat the old-fashioned way and have since 1928. We use real hickory wood in our smokehouse, giving you a better quality product and a better taste. Try award-winning Petit Jean Meats, bacon, ham, turkey, hot dogs, and sausage. Quality products you'll keep coming back for. Some things never change, and we think that's a good thing. Petit Jean Meats. Taste the difference.
lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want, and the price, yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas sippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
All right, welcome back here, and Central will have the ball to start the second quarter, down by 10, 22-12. That's Houston with the basketball. She'll give it up here to Montgomery, and we are underway here in this second quarter, 22-12, and that's an errant pass by Day Davis, and the ball will come back over to Conway. 10 points leading scorer right there, easy to say, and that's Savannah Scott with the 10. Beckwith. Up top and around to Cox. Cox got to Beckwith on the wing. Sets up Camille Brown, who looks inside, now gets it back outside, and they're this time filling the passing lane was Day Davis. And then back the other way on the fast break. Shot will fall that time for Montgomery. So I don't know if that's an adjustment or just a good vision.
Yeah, that was a good pass.
But that was also on the other side of the basket for Savannah Scott. We've been going to the right side. That time they went to the left side. Shot from the corner is good. Camille Brown knocks down a three.
I'll tell you what, you get those guards shooting, Jay, and
you get Beckwith and Camille hitting threes. It could be a long afternoon for Central.
Brown didn't have a .1 the other day, but she's so important to this team defensively.
25-14, 11-point Conway lead. Montgomery with it into the paint. Feeds Marshall. Marshall gets around the defense, puts it up off the glass for two. 25-16. 6:40 left to go here in the first half. Lex Cox takes it in, puts it up off the left side of the glass. So quick, so strong, going to the hole is Lex Cox, the sophomore. Back to an 11-point game, 27-16. Montgomery left side it goes to Day Davis. Up to Houston. Back out on the wing. Open look for Sasser. She's back in, or she's in the ball game for the first time. Shots is no good. Beckwith comes away with the rebound. Finds Clardy. Clardy takes and puts the shot up, and it'll be out of bounds off of Central. Central with no fouls whistled on them in this game so far.
Yeah. Well,
we just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Camille Brown will get ready to inbound the basketball with 28 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. 6:10 on the game clock here in the first half. Lex Cox. Back up to Beckwith. Looking down inside. Lex Cox to Camille Brown for three. She's got another one. And the senior making some noise in the semifinals and extended the lead to 14.
I'll tell you what, she very important to this team.
And great job defensively. Lex Cox
knocked it off her chest.
Knocked it off of the chest there, and back the other way it comes to Conway. 5:41 left to go here in the first half. Conway on top 30-16. Beckwith dribbles right side. Finds Camille Brown in the corner. She's had the hot hand. Lex Cox, can she knock down a three? Shot's too long. How about that from Chloe Clardy? Can't quite save it as it goes out of bounds, but a great job of just even having a shot at that.
Yeah, she went after it, and I'll tell you what, this is the hardest I've seen Chloe Clardy play in a long time, Jay. She's bound and determined to get this one in the bag.
Timeout on the floor called by Conway. We'll take the timeout as well and come back. Our score, Conway on top 30-16. Back after this on the EAB Sports Network.
In the early 70s, a small machine shop
Ace.
opened in downtown Jonesboro. Jim Alexander created a business that today fuels the engines of industry in Craighead County and beyond. From raw materials, Alexander's Machine Shop fabricates components essential to our regional economy.
My father told me that regardless of what business you have, the quality and service are the most important things you can offer to those customers.
We're Arkansas made, Arkansas proud at Alexander's Machine Shop and KAIT.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
They don't get in foul trouble.
Right.
You know, it's down low is where we get the foul trouble at, and man, I tell you what a good job the Cats have done coming out of the box here.
30-16 to score. 10 points from
Brown. You know, Brown's
Brown
got 10.
Yeah.
She had two good layups there in that first quarter.
In addition to the 2 threes. 30-16 the score. Central with the basketball. On top with it is Davis. Into Sasser. Sasser finds Marshall. Marshall delays and shoots and gets the bucket for 2. 30-18. Lex Cox on the wing. Back up top it comes to Beckwith. To Lex. Back to Beckwith. Sasser in there now with the responsibility of Savannah Scott. Back outside with it. Camille Brown. It's it to Savannah. Savannah puts it high off the glass. It won't go. Just through the outreached hands of Cox, and the rebound goes back the other way to Montgomery.
A little too far out on that one.
And speaking of too far, that pass too far, too high for Sasser, and it comes back the other way to Conway.
Tell you what, our defense, Jay, just makes it makes you get, I guess, kind of quick on some of your passes, and you, when you don't have nobody in front of you, bad disrupts the timing. When you don't have anybody in front of you, you think you've got an opening, and then all of a sudden somebody shoots up from the top. I mean,
Clardy with the basketball now for Conway, on top by 12, 30-18.
Looks like they're going boxing one on Clardy here.
And feeds Alexis Cox, too strong, but draws the contact. First foul of the game whistled against Central, and I believe it'll be on Day Davis, and it is. So Taylor Day Davis foul. It will send Alexis Cox to the free throw line. And the sophomore for Conway knocks down the first one.
Alexis Cox is the line for Conway with one more free throw.
31-18. Second one, nothing but nylon. Pops the net. 32-18 to score. 4:10 left to go here. First half. Kimball around to Marshall. Marshall from the free throw line. Jumper won't go. Rebound Savannah Scott. Gets it to Jordan, who watched the Cats run.
I think if you pull Marshall out a little bit and make her shoot, you don't have that luxury of using that board. So
Clardy with it. Around to Samaya. Jordan. And that pass to Cox, too strong.
No, one-handed, she said. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the basics here.
Back down the floor. That's Davis with the basketball for Central. Conway in that 2-3 zone was very effective in that defense against those Tigers when they played at Conway. And shot up and nicely made by Marshall. 32-20 Conway, 3:20 left to go first half. Clardy will bring the ball up the floor for the Lady Cats. Finds Lex Cox in the paint. She kicks it outside to Maya Jordan for three. Got it! And the sophomore knocks down the three. Back up the floor. Jordan Marshall with it.
We'll switch 2 for 3s the rest of the way, won't we?
Absolutely, all day long and into next week. Literally, into next week.
Yeah.
Kimball with the basketball. Wants to make the move, and the second contact's the one that's going to get called there by Alexis Cox. That'll be the second on her. 35-20 the score. Conway on top with 2:46 left to go here, first half. Winner of this game will play the winner of Cabot and North Little Rock. Going to be played at 6 o'clock right here at Rogers tonight. On the inbounds pass, the three is well short. And well, I'm going to say this. For the first time in a long time, Savannah Scott snatched that rebound.
Grabbed it.
She's got that strength. Emery Bohannon, her shot's partially blocked, but she's fouled in the process. She'll go to the line to put free throws up.
It's going to be 2 on Day Davis. 2 quick ones.
Well, and it's the only 2 fouls that Central's had called on them. And both times it sends shooters to the free throw line. See if Bohannon can knock these down. First one is good. She gets set for the second. Bo knows free throws. Knocks them both down. 37-20 the score, Conway. Up top, Marshall. Marshall dribbles into the paint, working baseline now. Back up top to Davis. This 2-3 zone has been executed excellently here this afternoon.
Yeah, if they can just keep Davis like she is, make her play.
Montgomery.
Davis might be tough, but she's not that tough.
Day Davis put up the three, and it comes in and out, and Savannah Scott for the second trip down the floor snatches the rebound away. Back the other way, Bohannon for three. Got it! Bo knows that three, too. 40-20 to score with 1:48 left to go first half. Jordan Marshall. Back up top, around the horn, they'll work it. Montgomery runs into a brick wall. It's called Savannah Scott. Chloe Clardy comes back down the floor with it, out to Bohannon. Back to Clardy, who feeds inside the brick wall, and they're going to call the offensive foul. I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. The defense was all over her. I do not agree with that. That was a great move, great play by Savannah Scott.
Shazam.
40-20 the score. Look out, that might just put a fire into Savannah Scott. And not the kind of fire Central's going to like. Davis, shot no good.
She didn't get three there. They might need to.
Back down the floor. I think that's why Lex Cox is coming back in. I think she'll come in for Savannah. And she will. just to let Savannah breathe. But man, what an outstanding first half for Savannah Scott. 40-20 the score. Conway with the basketball. Chloe Clardy out top. Right side to Lex Cox. Lex takes it into the paint strong. Draws the contact. She'll go to the line. No, they're going to say on the floor. We'll call that one on the floor. That will be the
Little Rock Central foul, Ashley Kimball,
and that's going to be
back into the Lady Tigers.
on number 11, Kimball.
To Kayla Houston.
Houston checks back into the ball game for Montgomery. Corner to Bow. That was going to be short. Chasing the rebound down, Day Davis. And right there defensively is Caden Beckwith, and it'll be out of bounds off Conway. Marlon Williams is going, you got to come up and help her.
You got to come up. I'm just glad they didn't step on Beckwith.
Kimball brings it across for Central, takes it right side to Houston. Houston to Day Davis. Jordan Marshall, and that'll be a charge called on Jordan Marshall. And it'll turn the ball back over to Conway. Shot clock off, 32.1 seconds left to go here in the first half. Conway on top, 40-20.
Great defense there by Clardy.
Clardy will take her time getting it across the timeline.
This team's got a lot of stars, Jay, but this one right here is, she's the quarterback.
Yeah. She's the floor general. Only 3 points, but many other things that she does. It makes a difference. Samaya Jordan turns into paint, puts the shot up, it won't go. Rebound inside. Day Davis just going to hold it and run the clock out. Conway leads 40-20 at halftime. And I like what I see. We'll be back after this on the EAB Sports Network from Rogers High School.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in Eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
When you choose First Security, banking is just the beginning. Here, we take care of each other, making the community we all share even stronger. So people in Arkansas can build a life, buy a home, run a business, and more. Strength in numbers and neighbors. It's another way First Security helps Arkansas bank better. And it's why you should call on us today. First Security, bank better.
And online at ChrisCraneHyundai.com.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
It's a great highlight
to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament.
Yeah, that's what he said. And we are back here at the Centennial Bank 6A basketball tournament, and a great first half for the Conway Lady Cats, coming from all parts of the floor. And ironically, with just 3 points from Chloe Clardy, it's come from a lot of places that we're used to seeing some points, but not the production we've seen in the first half.
Yeah, when you've got Scott and Brown both leading you with 10 points each, and then you've got Lex with 4 and Jordan off the bench with 8. I mean, just a great job all around by this Cat squad. And again, that defense is making a lot of things happen down there. And then you look on the other end, Marshall does have 8 points, and she is the go-getter, but Montgomery has 3. Everybody else is kind of quiet on that Central squad. But I tell you what, we know they'll come out and they'll try to have an answer for what Conway's got. But if they keep up this momentum, it's going to be a good ending for us.
Well, and when you look at it, too, the thing I think that sticks out to me again is that defense, not just the way that they're playing, but again, coming back in that 2-3 zone. Throughout the season, we've seen more man defense from Conway than we probably have seen it any other year.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
But against Central in the game at Conway, and then again here today, it's that 2-3 zone that Central just has not found an answer for yet.
No, and they have to be shooting real good from outside, and right now Central's not doing that. You know, they busted a 3 there to start the game off, but other than that, everything's kind of been quiet for them.
7:40 left to go here at halftime. We will take the timeout, 2-minute timeout, and be back after this. You are Enjoying the Rogers High School Television and EAB Sports Broadcast Network presentation of the 6A State Basketball Tournament.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Purchasing and selling real estate, whether residential or commercial, is something no one can afford to make mistakes in. That's why Velda Looters, Coldwell Banker, RPM Group in Conway is ready to handle all your real estate needs. A professional who will lead you through the whole process of buying and selling real estate. Velda brings her years of experience and knowledge to the table. Get it right the first time with Velda Looters, your trained professional real estate expert. Call her today and learn more at 730-2857 or go online to VeldaLooters.com. Velda values your business.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
Again, the winner of this game will face off against the winner of the Cabot North Little Rock 6 o'clock semifinal. It will be an all 6A Central final regardless, and it's been an all 6A Central semifinal matchups here today. And then we will see another Central matchup coming up at 1:30 as the Jonesboro Hurricane will face off against Cabot on the boys' side, with the winner of that game advancing to play the winner of tonight's Bentonville West and Springdale nightcap. The Conway Lady Cats lead by a score of 40-20 here at halftime, and we'll come back and get things ready for the second half after we take another 2-minute timeout right here on the EAB Sports Network.
In the early 70s, a small machine shop opened in downtown Jonesboro. Jim Alexander created a business that today fuels the engines of industry in Craighead County and beyond. From raw materials, Alexander's Machine Shop fabricates components essential to our regional economy.
My father told me that regardless of what business you have, the quality and service are the most important things you can offer to those customers.
We're Arkansas made, Arkansas proud at Alexander's Machine Shop and KAIT.
First Community Bank was on board to help us make all of this facility a reality.
Having a pediatric office that can see every kind of child is just something that we needed.
He said, we'd like to have your business.
And we moved our money over, and we've been happy ever since.
Any question we have, the whole bank really treats us like family.
Having a lender actually get behind you and support you, and you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want. And the price? Yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas zippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game.
but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Expertise, and personal bankers to help you with your financial needs. From athletics to academics, we wish all the schools the best during the Centennial Bank State Tournament this week and look forward to seeing you in Hot Springs. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And second half is 2 minutes away here on the EAB Sports Network.
Ace is the place with the In the early 70s, a small machine shop opened in downtown Jonesboro. Jim Alexander created a business that today fuels the engines of industry in Craighead County and beyond. From raw materials, Alexander's Machine Shop fabricates components essential to our regional economy.
My father told me that regardless of what business you have, the quality and service are the most important things you can offer to those customers.
We're Arkansas made, Arkansas proud at Alexander's Machine Shop and KAIT.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
It's time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association 6A State Basketball Tournament, presented by EAB Sports. Today's game brought to you by Centennial Bank, Chris Crane Hyundai, Betadine Meats, First Security Bank, Smith Ford, Alexander's Machine Shop, NEA Baptist, First Community Bank, and Velda Looters Coldwell Bankers RPM Group. Let's go courtside now with J.R. Runyon for today's semifinal game between the number 1 seed from the Central, the Conway Lady Wampus Cats, and the number 3 seed from the Central, the Little Rock Central Lady Tigers.
And welcome back here to Rogers High School. All right, Mr. King, the Cats will hand the ball to start the second half. Let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah, it looks like they're going, Central's going man-to-man here.
Clardy takes it into the paint, loses a handle on it, but back out to Beckwith it goes. Right side now, Camille Brown. Camille, the senior, gets it into Savannah Scott, but it's knocked away that time by Day Davis. Does a better job of getting her hands in there. And then offensive foul going to be charged on Jordan Marshall.
It's going to be her
third.
third.
Excuse me, that's on Day Davis. And it's going to be her third for a second. They call that on Day Davis had the basketball.
If that's Day Davis, that's her third.
Lex Cox with the basketball. Gives it up to Camille Brown. Brown right side. Beckwith gives it up to Bohannon. Bohannon takes it into the paint, sees that it's open, and we're going to get a jump ball that time. And Camille's like, oh, not what I wanted to have happen, she says. So the ball will go back to Central on the alternating possession there on the jump ball call. Marshall with it. Dribbles around the defense and gets the 2. Beckwith up the floor for the Lady Cats. Camille Brown around to Clardy. One thing Conway has to do is keep the foot on the metal, and you can guarantee that they will attempt to do that. Missed by Clardy, but rebound and then given back to Clardy. Her shot's going to be blocked, but a foul going to be called inside that will send Clardy to the free throw line. I believe that's going to be on Kimball, and it is. The blocking foul. Smythe Jordan will check into the ball game here between free throws. 40-22 the score, 6:55 to go third quarter. Free throw by Clardy is good. Jordan will come in for Brown. What a first half by Camille Brown.
Oh, man.
Second free throw. Nothing but nylon. Another nylon net hugger. 42-22 Conway. 6:50 to go here. Third quarter. Almost stolen there by Lex Cox.
They're going to cut that baseline off from Marshall. She loves it, and they try to get it to her in the corner.
Kimball pass taken down. Samaya Jordan with fast break opportunity. Protects it left side. Can't get the roll, but Lex Cox is there, but can't snarl the ball back in, and so it goes out of bounds off her, and it will go back to Central. But great job by Samaya Jordan.
Yeah.
42-22. Kimball with the basketball. Conway on top by 20. Today Davis around the horn. They'll work it. Three-pointer on the way. Up and no good by Montgomery. Rebound Clardy. Clardy turns and says, I'm going that way. Now she'll pull it back and reset the offense. Samaya Jordan, right side to Beckwith. Over to Clardy. Again over to Jordan for three. Got it! And Samaya Jordan now has 11 to lead the Cats.
Tell you what, there's no doubt when she shoots it. It didn't even touch the rim over here. Her three-pointers, Jay, have just, been all net.
45-22. Conway on top. Day Davis with the basketball. Right side to Kimball. She'll put a three up. Off the front of the iron, no good. Beckwith's there to chase it down. Caden takes it up the floor. Now she'll pull it back and let everybody get back with her. Get it to Alexis Cox. Lex takes around the screen set there and had it stolen by Davis. Davis tries to scoot it, and that's going to go back the other way. Yeah, that didn't touch anybody. She tried to drop it down low, but what she did, she kicked it right out of bounds. So don't talk to him. Conway with the basketball back. Beckwith. Over in the corner to Clardy. Clardy takes, puts it up off the left side of the glass for two. Sends the lead to 47-22.
I'm about stopping Marshall on the baseline. You better stop Chloe Clardy, and right now they don't have an answer.
Day Davis, left side to Marshall. Marshall kicks it. Back up top. Day Davis for three off the mark.
Yep.
And foul's going to be called inside. I believe it's going to be on Kaya Davis.
Oh, is that? It's got to be on Marshall. If that was on somebody else, I'm like going, are you kidding me?
Timeout on the floor. Marla Williams wants to talk about it. 47-22 our score. And we'll be back after this timeout on the EAB Sports Network.
Purchasing.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Petit Jean meats smoked meat the old-fashioned way and have since 1928. We use real hickory wood in our smokehouse, giving you a better quality product and a better taste. Try award-winning Petit Jean meats, bacon, ham, turkey, hot dogs, and sausage. Quality products you'll keep coming back for. Some things never change, and we think that's a good thing. Petit Jean meats. Taste the difference.
Housing lender.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
All right, welcome back here. And the Lady Cats lead 47-22 with the basketball out of the timeout. Samaya Jordan with the rock up high. Gives it up to Clardy. Clardy to Bowe. Bowe takes it right side, has the shot blocked. They're going to call an offensive foul inside on. They're going to call that on Bohannon. Using the forearm to get a little separation. 47-22. 4.5 left to go, third quarter. Montgomery around to Kimball. Kimball tries to work it into Marshall. Marshall takes it into the paint, gets the shot to go, and she'll have it in one. Foul going to be, I think, probably on Clardy. It is. 47-24. 4:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Conway has led since they took an 8-7 lead. And one is good, 47-25. Houston checks in for Montgomery for Central. Central 19-11 on the season.
The way you said Houston, I thought you was going to say we have a problem. I didn't know. I was kind of worried there.
Samaya Jordan, left side now. It goes to Clardy. Back it comes right side to Samaya. Samaya takes it into the paint. Off the front, no good, but she gets her own rebound and puts it up off of the glass. She doesn't just have the long range. Again, for the second time, she shows he can follow up with a layup.
Well, she just stays with it.
49-25, 3:50 to go. Third quarter. Semifinal matchup with the winner to play the winner of Cabot and North Little Rock. A game to be played at 6 o'clock tonight right here at Rogers. Davis to Day Davis. Over in the corner, it goes to Kimball. Yep. Kimball double dribbles. Ball gets turned over. Sasser will come back into the ball game now for Davis for Central. 3:30 to go, third quarter. Caden Beckwith with the basketball. Now Jordan to Clardy. Clardy turns, shoots. Shot won't go. 49-25. Back the other way. Jordan Marshall wants to go coast to coast. Can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up, and foul going to be called on Conway. See which way they go with it. It's going to be on Samaya Jordan. Going to be her second and the team's third here in the second half. Each team with 3 fouls here in the second half. 49-25. Free throw by Marshall is good.
She's pretty automatic at the line, Jay.
Yeah. Second free throw. Good as well. You almost broke it.
I was trying.
I know. Beckwith up the floor for Conway. 49-27 to score. Camille Brown back in the ball game. Those 10 points. Gets it to Beckwith. Kicks it back out to Camille. Camille, right side to Clardy. And too strong on the pass and be a backcourt. Just a little strong on the pass, and Clardy does the, that's on me.
That's what leaders do. When they make a mistake, they just say, that's on me.
Kimball with the basketball to Day Davis. Back up Houston, now Sasser. Sasser up high to Marshall. Marshall wants to penetrate, but Conway cuts it off, so she kicks it out. Sasser there for the rebound, put back. It won't fall. She gets her own put back again. It won't fall this time. Savannah Scott clears the glass and gets it to Clardy. Back at the floor come the Lady Cats. 2 really good looks at the basket that time, but no good. Kind of how Central's day has gone. It's mine, Jordan. Assigned to Beckwith. 14 on the shot clock. Chloe Clardy looks to go one-on-one on Marshall, and Marshall's going to foul her before the shot on the floor. Got to be 4th on Marshall, and that's
big.
That's huge. 15 of your 27 points represented right there, and she's going to have to come out, and Kaya Davis will come in. Inbounds pass to Samaya Jordan, gets around the coverage and puts it up for another layup. Extends the lead back out to 51-27.
We've got 3 players. If they're not on the all-sophomore team, I don't know how to make it.
I don't know how to make that a list that wouldn't include them on there. And the turnover. What a feed by Clardy to Beckwith. She takes it up. Can't get the shot to go, but will go to the free throw line. Chloe Clardy, there's so many facets of her game that impress. I mean, it's the quickness, it's the reaction, it's the passing. It's not just the shooting. I mean, she is an all-purpose player. She's not just a whatever we want to put label on it. Beckwith misses the first free throw. Is that the first miss today for anybody on Conway?
Yeah, but I wasn't going to say anything. Maybe we'll get her back on track.
Second free throw, no good. Sasser with the rebound. 51-27, Conway on top. Minute 35 left to go
That's
here.
off her foot.
That's going to be back to Conway. Good eyes there, old man.
I've caught enough basketball. I know when it goes off the foot.
Conway brings the ball back up the floor. A minute and a half left to go here in the third quarter. Game controlled by the Lady Cats. Looking back down inside, and Savannah Scott's there, but foul from behind by Davis. She'll go to the line to shoot free throws, an area of her game that she has vastly improved since her sophomore year. That'll be the 16th foul on Central. With a minute 22 left to go here in the third quarter, so Conway will be at the line on all non-offensive fouls the rest of the way.
Well, she's had just a great outing today.
Samaya Jordan will come out. Lex Cox back in.
I'm acting like she's on the pitcher's mound, but still, she's right now she is, and she's throwing all strikes.
2 for 2 at the line there. Extends the lead to 53-27 with a minute 20 left to go here in the third quarter. Kimball feeds it down inside to Davis. Davis hesitates enough to draw the contact on Savannah Scott.
3 on Savannah.
Her 12 points, though, I'm okay. Davis at the free throw line. Cashes in on the first. Henry Bohannon will come in. Savannah Scott will come out. (53-28) Lady Cats. Second free throw makes it 29 for Central. Minute 10 left to go here, third quarter. Emery Bohannon gets the pass, then takes it into the lane. High off of the glass, shot won't go. Battle for it. Beckwith comes up with it. Beckwith shots up, no good, but she is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul charge to Taylor Davis for third. Team 7.
Day Davis picks up her third, which we think should be the fourth, right?
I think. Whoa.
KB a little short on that one. Only a 34% free throw shooter, so, but does so many things on the floor.
Hey, we got 2 of the best defensive players in the state, Jay.
Absolutely. Beckwith and Brown, unquestionably. Second free throw, a little better. The result, a lot better. 54-29, 1 minute left to go, third quarter. Sasser puts up a shot that's off of the mark. Rebound, Conway. Emery Bohannon. And great anticipation there by Montgomery, but she couldn't quite get there quick enough. Knocks it out of bounds, though, and so it'll stay with Conway. Camille Brown to Beckwith. 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Caden Beckwith takes it into the paint. Caden can't get that shot to go. Sasser rebounds for Central.
Great move.
And Houston's shot no good. She gets her on rebound. Rejected by Lex Cox. And Chloe Clardy. And they'll say it's out of bounds off Conway. Chloe cut through the defense and no foul called. And
that wasn't just rejected. That was swatted.
Authoritatively rejected.
That one was swatted out of here.
54-29, shot clock off, 24 seconds left to go, third quarter. Conway on top. Central with the basketball. Chance for the last shot here of the third. Kimball Tried to spin around Bohannon and found her she was still there. Sasser works the baseline. Foul going to be called on Lex.
It's going to be her third.
Third foul on her, team's fifth here in the second half. That'll put Evan Sasser, the junior, at the line for Central. She gets the first one to fall. Set for the second. It's good as well. 1.6 seconds left. Mike Jordan will run out the clock. 54-31 our score as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter, and we'll be back after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Hey, it's Brooke here for the all-new Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road.
I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
First Community Bank was on board to help us make all of this facility a reality.
Having a pediatric office that can see every kind of child is just something that we needed.
He said, we'd like to have your business.
And we moved our money over, and we've been happy ever since.
Any question we have, the whole bank really treats us like family.
Having a lender actually get behind you and support you, and you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, and the highlights have been pretty much all coming from Conway. Jordan Marshall, the only highlight really consistently for Central. Conway with the basketball to start the fourth. Clardy up top to Beckwith. Back to Chloe. 54-31 the score. Conway's goal always to win each quarter. 54-31. They've accomplished that. Clardy with the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Camille Brown for 3. Got it! Camille, the senior, loving the floor at Rogers. 57-31. Kimball in the corner, and foul going to be called on Lex. That'll be her fourth. And it will send Kaya Davis to the free throw line. That's one thing that as a sophomore, continues to mature, is going to find ways to still accomplish what she is trying to do, but without making the contact.
Exactly.
And what she's trying to do is what she did on that previous play before that one, and that's swat the ball away. First free throw missed by Davis. Gets set for the second. Finds the net on that one. 57-32, 7:13 left to go. Semifinal matchup between the 1 seed and the 3 seed out of the Central.
Touch ref saying, let's move, let's go.
Don't have a game to play until next week, so come on.
Take a break. Yeah, take a break tomorrow.
Yeah. Samaya Jordan with the drive to the bucket. Gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. Smile with 15 points this afternoon. Can't convert on the first free throw.
15 points off the bench, Jay.
Yeah. I'd like to have a bench player that can come out and do that for you. Second free throw good. 58-32. Conway on top with 6:50 left to go here in the ball game. Trying to punch the ticket to Hot Springs. And a new matchup against the winner of the North Little Rock Cabot game to happen at 6 tonight. That three-pointer from Montgomery, no good. Rebound, Samaya Jordan. Conway will be deliberate. Clardy with the basketball. Chloe, Jordan Marshall back out on the floor for Central. Marshall draws the assignment. Like two boxers just staring each other off, going, who's going to take the punch? Down inside to Savannah Scott. She puts the shot up. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul. And will go to the free throw line. Kimball, the smallest central defender on the floor. Draws the foul. Savannah Scott cashes in. 59-32.
Savannah Scott at the line with one more free throw for Conway.
Scott gets set for the second. It stays perfect at the line. Great game by Savvy today. 14 points. Jordan Marshall puts a jumper up, no good. Rebound, Camille Brown. 60-32.
Love to get this two right here.
Right here. The magic number. Or just, you know, let somebody hit another three and push it up and over. I'd love for it to come right here from Clardy. Shot won't go, though. Rebound back the other way. Kimball puts a shot up that's partially blocked. Samaya Jordan comes up with it. Finds Chloe Clardy down the floor. There it is. 62-32.
No Moss.
Conway, for the second game in a row, invokes the sportsmanship rule with a 62-32 advantage. 5:18 left to go here in the fourth. Another impressive outing by the Lady Cats. And all they've accomplished, though, is to get themselves to the position where they want to be, and that's in Hot Springs.
Exactly.
Clardy with the foul. That'll send Sasser to the free throw line. I think they'll bleep Chloe on to make sure she gets into double figures with 9 right now on the game. Free throw is up and good. Well, Clardy will come out. Savannah Scott will come out. What a game for Savvy, and what a big hug right there from Coach Hutchcraft.
Yep.
The big senior. The two big seniors there, the Stanford and Auburn commits, accomplish one more goal and punch the ticket to Hot Springs. 4:10 left to go in this ball game. Lex Cox to Bohannon. She's looking at Cox. Now she's looking at herself and takes it in. Can't get the shot to go. Guess what? Gets her own rebound. This time finishes it off with a deuce. 64-33. Bohannon with 7. Shot no good by Kimball. Rebound Conway. And rolling timeout here, I think. They're just going to make the substitutions. And they're going to take the timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. Back after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back, and what a highlight reel for the Conway Lady Wampus Cats. Camille Brown with a big afternoon, Savannah Scott with a huge afternoon, and then Chloe Clardy with the exclamation point right there on your screen. And Conway leads 64-33 with 3:35 left to go. Rodriguez on the floor along with Amaya Taylor and Jelani Davis for Conway.
She hit hard, too.
Sasser goes hard to the floor. Offensive foul. Olivia Cox out there, and she's the one who's kind of going, no, wait a minute. I waited on the bench all day for this. Cadence Turner on the floor for the Lady Cats. Substitutions again. As Olivia Cox will come off the floor. She did. She hit hard. Lindsey McDonald on the floor now for Conway as well. Olivia's still rubbing the back of that head. Shot from the corner, up and no good that time by Amaya Taylor. Back the other way.
Taylor had 2 big threes the other night.
She did. Shot no good. Rodriguez rebounds for Conway. Back up the floor. Inside a 3 to go. Be sure to stay with us for Jonesboro and Cabot boys matchup. We'll have the presentation of the ticket to the finals that will follow this game. And then we will be ready to roll for another 6A Central matchup. It's Jonesboro and Cabot on the boys' side. Shot off front of the iron, no good. McDonald's put back, is in for 2. How about that? Lindsey McDonald comes off the bench and puts 2 in.
She looked over at Coach and smiled.
Thank you, Coach. Almost makes a steal there. They'll kick them all outside. Shot up and no good. That time by Tanaya Mays. Put back no good. Rebound fought for. And Amari Martin will go to the free throw line. The clock rolls inside of 2 minutes. Checking in for Conway now. Be DeCaria Carter. And I believe that's Anisha Tolliver over there as well for the Lady Cats. So everybody getting an opportunity to get out on the floor here in this semifinal action. Rodriguez with the rebound on the missed free throw. Nicole takes it down the floor, trying to kick it out, but getting the steal that time was Andrea Reddix for Central. And there's going to get a long look at a 3, and a 3 ball is knocked down that time by Amari Martin for Central. Central finished the season at 19-12. The Lady Cats will extend their record to 27-5. Again, noon on Friday will be the finals against the winner of the North Little Rock Cabot game to happen at 6 o'clock here in Rogers. Shot going to go that time for Reddix. And an and one opportunity as well. Shot clock is off. Game clock rolls on. And the free throw is no good. 66-38. Conway will advance on to face the winner of North Little Rock and Cabot. 3 from the corner up and no good. Put back no good. That will be where we end this ball game. The Conway Lady Wampus Cats have a noon lunch date at Summit Arena in Hot Springs in the 6A state finals of the Centennial Bank State Basketball Tournament. And now the two teams will acknowledge each other. And then we will have the presentation of the ticket to the finals to be presented here courtside. The Everett Ride to the finals and the Conway Lady Wampus Cats have punched their ticket to return back to Hot Springs. And congratulations.
Tigers for advancing to the semifinals. Excellent season, ladies. Congratulations. And at this time, please direct your attention to center court for a special presentation to the Conway Wampus Cats. Conway, you have earned your Everett ride to the finals. Congratulations and best wishes in Hot Springs next week.
And congratulations to the Conway Lady Wampus Cats defeating Little Rock Central here this afternoon and punching their ticket to the Bank OZK Arena for the Girls State Centennial Bank Basketball Championship. We'll come back with final thoughts right after we take this time out. Conway wins it here on the EAB Sports Network.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in Eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
When you choose First Security, banking is just the beginning. Here, we take care of each other, making the community we all share even stronger. So people in Arkansas can build a life, buy a home, run a business, and more. Strength in numbers and neighbors. It's another way First Security helps Arkansas bank better. And it's why you should call on us today. First Security, bank better.
And personal bankers to help you with your financial needs. From athletics to academics, we wish all the schools the best during the Centennial Bank State Tournament this week and look forward to seeing you in Hot Springs. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
Well, Mr. King, back to Hot Springs go the Conway Lady Wampus Cats.
Well, and very well deserved too, Jay. I mean, they came out here and played as hard. I've seen them play some great games this year, but that first half was about as good as you can play. And, man, I tell you what, they dominated on defense as well as dominated on the offensive side. And, you know, to have a player, one of your sophomores, to come off the bench and lead you in scoring, Jordan, she had 16. You had Scott, who had a heck of a first half. She had 14. You had Clardy with 9. You had Brown with 13. Jay, we always talking about her defense. I mean, yeah, and then all of a sudden she came out and she was shooting from everywhere. And what a great job that she did. And you had Clardy that had 9. You had Bohannon that had 7. McDonald came in off the bench and gave him a boost there with that 2-pointer at the end. But what a great job. Beckwith had 1. What a great job defensively that they did, because Marshall, who had 31 the night before, she had 15 today. Yeah. And she got in a lot of foul trouble, and it's because, and I'm going to say it, the play of Savannah Scott.
Absolutely. Outstanding game. You saw the big hug that Ashley gave Savannah as she came off the floor. That's what you need out of your senior. That's what you need out of your senior big. And she performed, and the demon has been exorcised. Conway Lady Wampus Cats are headed to lunchtime at the 6A State Basketball Finals in Hot Springs on Friday. Meet us for lunch. We'll be there. We hope you will be there too. All right, we've got more basketball. 3 more games here today. And coming up next, it'll be Cabot and Jonesboro here on the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association 6A State Basketball Tournament, presented by EAB Sports. Today's game brought to you by Centennial Bank, Chris Crane Hyundai, Pettigene Meats, First Security Bank, Smith Ford, Alexander's Machine Shop, NEA Baptist, First Community Bank, and Velda Looters Coldwell Bankers RPM Group. Let's go courtside now with J.R. Runyon for today's semifinal game between the #1 seed from the Central, the Jonesboro Hurricane, and the #3 seed from the Central, the Cabot Panthers. Final game between the #1 seed from the Central, the Jonesboro Hurricane, and the #3 seed from the Central, the Cabot Panthers.
And welcome back here to Rogers High School as we get ready for game number 2 on the day, the second of this first session. Jonesboro and Cabot lined up and ready to go here, and we are just about ready to go with tip-off. And Eric, this promises to be a great matchup between two 6A Central teams. Again, seeing the 6A Central on the display sure feels good, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly, and you know they got to be excited to all be here, but you got a team right now that's been on a roll, Jay, for quite some time. Not just Jonesboro bunch, but now you got a team that's just gotten hot the last few games, and that's Cabot.
Back with the tip-off after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Hey, it's
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Purchasing and selling real estate, whether residential or commercial, is something no one can afford to make mistakes in. That's why Velda Looters, Coldwell Banker RPM Group in Conway is ready to handle all your real estate needs. A professional who will lead you through the whole process of buying and selling real estate. Velda brings her years of experience and knowledge to the table. Get it right the first time with Velda Looters, your trained professional real estate expert. Call her today and learn more at 730-2857 or go online to veldalooters.com. Velda values your business.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want, and the price? Yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas sippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
Academics. We wish all the schools the best during the Centennial Bank State Tournament this week and look forward to seeing you in Hot Springs. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And let's go to courtside announcer Mark Scott for the starting lineups.
The semifinals of the Class 6A Centennial Bank State Basketball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association and hosted by Rogers High School. This afternoon's matchup features the Cabot Panthers and the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Panthers from Cabot. Number 0, a 6'3" junior, Grant Goddard. Number 2, a 5'11" junior, Jermaine Christopher. Number 3, a 6'3" senior, Gavin Muse. Number 11, a 6'1" senior, Brandon Bennett. And number 50, a 6'5" senior, Jarrett Coleman. Cabot's coached by Logan Bailey. He's assisted by John White. And now here's your starters for the Golden Hurricane from Jonesboro. Number 1, a 6'5" senior, Davarius Montgomery. Number 3, a 6' senior, Dion Buford Wesson. Number 5, a 6' senior, Philip Tillman. Number 10, a 6'3" sophomore, CJ Larry. And number 12, a 6'8" senior, Isaac Harrell. Jonesboro is coached by Wes Swift. He's assisted by Kenton Weaver, Sammy Lewis.
And you know, you talk about it. You talk about a team that's been hot all season long, and then a team that's gotten hot here in Rogers. And of course, a lot of Cabot fans here because they've got not only this game, but they'll be playing in the girls' game semifinals coming up at 6 o'clock. So should be a great atmosphere. And we are way up in the corner of Northwest Arkansas, but it's a 6A Central ruling dominant on the floor here in this early session.
Well, this opening session's been all, like you said, been all the Central, and it's going to be exciting to see this ball game this afternoon. And these two guys right here, Jay, there are these two teams right here. Anything can happen.
Harrell gets the tip over to Montgomery, and he'll set up C.J. Larry to run the offense for the Hurricane. 28-3 on the season. Cabot comes in 21-8. Harrell with the basketball, gives it back over here again to Buford Wesson. He takes it inside for the first points of the ball game. One thing I think Cabot wants to do is not get into a running game. I mean, if they get into a running game, it's going to be all Jonesboro because they just have such speed and explosion. So Cabot wants to be very deliberate on offense and try to be very deliberate defensively.
Well, I think you definitely want to have another repeat of what Christopher did the other day, and get Muse hot. Muse hasn't been hot this whole tournament.
Coleman misses the shot back down the other end. The shot off the left side of the glass for C.J. Larry. Puts Jonesboro up 4-0. And that's something Cabot cannot do, is let Jonesboro jump out to an early lead because they can't play from behind all day long.
No.
It will be a short afternoon for the folks in red.
That's his first, team's first.
The foul's going to be on Tillman.
First foul of the ball game on Jonesboro. Taking into the paint, high off of the glass. But Jermaine Christopher going to get called for the offensive foul.
Well, we saw him yesterday, Jay. Not only some of the dunks that he had, but rebounding. He is so far above the rim, it is insane.
Hey, he was up there. You know, they talked a couple nights about balls touching the shot clock. He was up there touching the shot clock. I mean, he was up there. Wesson with the basketball. Over in the corner to Harrell. Harrell's three, no good. Rebound. Jonesboro keeps it alive. Three ball on the way, well off of the mark that time by Tillman. And it goes out of bounds, comes back to Cabot. 4-0, Jonesboro with the early lead. A minute and a half into this semifinal matchup. Winner plays the winner of the Bentonville West Springdale game to be at 7:30 tonight. And working down inside to Coleman, and it's going to be stripped away, but it'll stay with Cabot.
Now, my upset was Springdale yesterday, but I'm going to tell you, if Cabot ends up with this one, this will be the biggest upset here.
Absolutely would be. Muse shot no good, high off the glass, back the other way. Harrell with it for Jonesboro. Jumper up and no good. Christopher shows that leaping ability right there to go up and get the rebound and brings it back up the floor for Cabot. Up top to Goddard. Goddard right side it goes now to Muse. Muse kicks it back over to Christopher. Christopher takes it into the paint. Ooh. And an offensive foul going to be called on Coleman.
In baseball, they want to check the bats, but I want to check Christopher's shoes because I'm not sure what
kind of springs he's got in those things.
That might make me jump over a credit card, but that's about it.
4-0 to score. Jonesboro with the lead in the basketball. Cabot still trying to get their first points. Harrell for three. Cashes it in. Isaac Harrell, the big 6'8" senior. You look at him and you think, oh, he's an inside post player, but he has got that range and just showed that.
He's got a great touch outside.
7-0 Jonesboro. Muse with the basketball, works the baseline, takes, turns, spins, gets his first 2 of the ball game. Gets Cabot on the board, 7-2, and timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor will take it as well. 7-2 our score as the Cabot Panthers and the Jonesboro Hurricane battle here on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home, banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And a big 3 right there by Harrell as we come back on the replay. Jonesboro leads 7-2. We'll bring the ball back up the floor. C.J. Larry on the dribble, guarded out there by Coleman. Coleman drops back defensively. They'll whip it out here to Tillman. Back on top it comes to Larry. Larry still on the dribble. Finds Harrell. Harrell says, I can do this again, can I? No, this time it won't fall. And ball goes out of bounds off of Jonesboro, so it will come back to Cabot. 7-2 the score. Cabot needs to get something going early on here, or it could be a long afternoon for the Panthers.
The clock could run again, and it might not be for a good thing for Cabot.
Goddard with it. Kicks it out to Muse for 3. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound by Harrell. Back the other way come the Hurricane. Wesson over to Larry. Larry looks for Harrell this time on the right wing in the corner. And there we get an offensive foul on C.J. Larry. So they'll bring it back the other direction. 7-2 our score.
His first, team second.
Muse will bring it across. Get it now back here to Christopher. Important possession down the floor, I think, this time for Cabot.
Oh, they got to have something.
Working baseline. There it goes. Coming off of the bench. Or that's Montgomery. Or excuse me, that was Braden Hall coming off of the bench. That's what I thought. I looked at the wrong list there for a moment. I'm back now. Switch out over to Montgomery. He's got it in the corner, gives it up to Harrell, and Harrell, we're going to get a foul on Montgomery. Well, see, I knew I was going to have something.
You knew it was going to happen, didn't you?
I knew Montgomery's name was going to come out of my mouth for some reason here before long. Just not what I think he wanted me to be referencing for.
He'd rather have that 3 than that 1.
Checking into the ball game now for Jonesboro is James Blair for Montgomery. Christopher takes it in, kicked out by Jonesboro, so it'll stay with Cabot. Muse with it, out between the circles. And taking it down, putting the shot up, it won't go. But there is big. The big guy for Cabot leaks. Gets it in for 2.
They replaced one big guy with another big guy.
Yeah. And they both bring a different skill set. And travel can be called, and the turnover brings it back over to Jonesboro. Checking into the ball game now for the Hurricane will be Kylan Kelly. 7-6 to score. Muse will bring it across to run the offense now for Cabot. Takes it left side. Back up top to Goddard. Goddard to Hall. Hall looking for somebody, thought somebody was going to be cutting, and there was nobody there but the cheerleaders.
They thought Goddard was going to be there, and they scared that cheerleader to death.
To death. She's like, don't come after me.
You got to give me a heads up.
2:45 left to go here, and there's going to be a steal by Christopher. Christopher's going to take it and can't get the shot to go. Wanted to slam it, realized he couldn't, and took just enough off of it, and it froze off the back of the rim. Jonesboro back with the basketball and a 1-point lead, 7-6. A little 4-0 run here for Cabot. Almost another steal, and now Harrell can't get the shot to go. Battle for it inside, and Christopher's going to come up with the ball again by the effort of Leaks.
Great job by the big guy.
Working down inside, open look. Shot's too strong, but going to the free throw line will be Muse. And you talked about this, getting Muse off. He didn't have a good tournament up to this point. He's already contributing here, and that's something I think is key for Cabot.
Well, definitely, man. I tell you what, he can shoot too, and he's just not been able to find his range yet.
7-6 to score. Jonesboro on top. We're now tied at 7 after the free throw. You know, you always talk about it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. Jonesboro has been able to win both the first 2 games against Cabot. Use the second free throw, gives Cabot their first lead at 8-7.
I think one they won by 13 and another one by 15.
But they've been battles. It's not been blowouts by any means.
Yep.
And that's the thing for Cabot. If you know that you could stay with them, that helps you in a situation like this. Down inside, almost a turnover, and it will be. It'll come back. Yes, it'll be off of the hands that time of Caleb Chu. And it will go back to Cabot with a 1-point lead, 8-7, and a minute 40 left to go here in the first.
You know, Chu had some big buckets the other day in that first ball game.
Christopher across the timeline. Hall works it this way to Muse. Muse takes it into the paint, kicks it back out the Hall. His 3 on the way. Ooh, I thought that was there, but a little strong in the back of the iron. Back comes the Hurricane with the basketball. That's Buford Wesson. Stolen by Cabot. Nice job by Goddard, just making sure he had position as Harrell was back there defensively, but great body control.
Used his body to get in front of him.
Yeah.
And, the only way he was going to defend that was the fouling.
10-7. Harrell, 3 won't go, and Christopher there rebounds. Christopher's rebound pushes it up the floor.
Boy, he's got different gear.
I mean, he does. Just lanky, long, and speed. Goddard with it, works it inside to Leaks. Leaks has it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Cabot. 10-7 to score. 37.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cabot on top. 20 on the shot clock. Goddard trying to get it into Coleman, but Coleman doesn't have the spring that Christopher does.
No, nobody in here is good hands. That guy.
Got 2.9 differential in the shot clock and the game clock as the ball gets turned over to the Hurricane. And Cabot leads 10-7. Jonesboro with the basketball. Up high is Montgomery. On the wing, kicks it down inside to Tillman. Tillman loses the handle on it. They'll say it was tipped by Cabot, so okay to go back and get. And Tillman tries to put a bullet up there. Straight shot won't go, and the rebound back to Cabot. They'll have a chance to put the final shot up here. Shot clock down to 5, or the game clock down to 5. Buse needs to do something. Gets it to Goddard, and shot won't count the other way. We go to our first timeout of the ball game, or our first quarter is over here in the ball game. We'll take the timeout, that's what I'm trying to say. Get back after this, as we've got a 10-7 score. Cabot on top on the EAB Sports Network.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want, and the price, yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas zippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
Petit Jean meat smoked meat the old-fashioned way and have since 1928. We use real hickory wood in our smokehouse, giving you a better quality product and a better taste. Try award-winning Petit Jean meats, bacon, ham, turkey, hot dogs, and sausage. Quality products you'll keep coming back for. Some things never change, and we think that's a good thing. Petit Jean meats. Taste the difference.
Online at pjmeats.com. Taste the tradition of real hickory flavor. Ask for Petit Jean Meats and taste the difference.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
So Cabot leads 10-7 as we start the second quarter. And Cabot starts with the basketball. Cabot now has jumped out to an 8-0 run after falling behind 7-2. Coleman gets it inside and blocking foul. Going to be called in the paint. Coach Wes Swift wants to travel instead, but officials are not going to give that to him.
Jonesboro foul number 4, Kylan Kelly.
Foul's going to be on Kelly. Comes over to the elbow, and Coleman gets a shot from a place other than what we thought we might see him score in.
Yeah, exactly.
But he does have an outside shot, too.
He does.
Knocked it down from the elbow to extend the lead to 12-7. And a 10-0 run here for Cabot. And that'll stay that way for a moment anyway, but going to the free throw line will be Montgomery.
Cabot foul number 12, Trip Dyer, his first, team's third.
And that will put Montgomery at the free throw line.
Tavarius Montgomery.
Montgomery knocks down the free throw.
Dion Weston back to Jonesboro.
12-8 the score, and so that breaks a 10-0 run by Cabot. Second free throw good as well by Montgomery, makes it 10-9 or 12-9.
Those are runs that we're used to seeing Jonesboro get.
Yeah. 7:10 to go first half. Cabot with the lead, 12-9 and the basketball. Muse turns, spins, now pulls it back up. Still on the dribble. Gives it up to Christopher. Christopher over there to Bennett. Back to Christopher it comes. Shot clock winding down, sits at 5. Into the paint, Christopher takes it up high, draws the contact, will go to the line to shoot 2.
Copy on Wesson.
12-9 the score.
His first, team 6 at the line, shooting 2.
To put Christopher at the line.
Jermaine Christopher.
Christopher's first points come from the line.
Goddard back for Cabot.
Makes it 13-9.
Hero back for Jonesboro.
6:44 to go. First half. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Tillman. He'll bring it back up the floor. Christopher on him. Jonesboro trying to, without a field goal now for, I would say, close to 8 minutes. Trying to change that as Harrell. Shots up and no good.
Not many times your point guard leads you in rebounding.
Christopher gets it over to Bennett. Bennett back up top to Goddard. Goddard looking at Muse, decides, nah, that's not open. So dribbles back over the left side and gets it up to Christopher. And that's going to be off of Christopher, and Jonesboro will get the turnover. 13-9 the score. Montgomery will bring it across. Sets Jonesboro up. Tillman loses it as he goes to the floor, but is able to get it over to Kelly. Now Montgomery, his shot won't go, and the rebound, Cabot.
Well, they look like they're forcing it down low, Jay.
They look like they're not confident. They're just trying to shoot something rather than the game we saw the other day. I mean, they were just confident in everything they did. They just came out on the floor confident in. Cabot misses, and the rebound back to Jonesboro. Inside, there's the first field goal in about 9 minutes for Jonesboro. And at the free throw line, it'll be Montgomery. 14th foul on the Panthers. Goddard, is that what they said?
Goddard. Be his first.
13-11. And the free throw no good. Stays a 2-point Cabot lead. Muse brings it up the floor and gets it back to Christopher, who'll run the offense from out top. Takes it right side, still on the dribble. Works it to the big fella, Coleman. He wants to go one-on-one on Harrell. He gives it up inside to Goddard. Goddard gets the shot to fall. Nice move inside. Great pass by Coleman and great finish by Goddard. And that's going to be a turnover and a foul as well. So great job again. Well, Goddard on that play. Foul is going to be on Tillman. And timeout going to be called by Jonesboro. Timeout by Jonesboro with 5:03 left to go here. 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. Back after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Morningside Drive in Conway.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back. And wow, impressive here.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're killing them on the rebounds, Jay.
Yep.
I mean, on the boards right now, this Cabot team is dominating on that side of the game. And
I think the key is Cabot is not trying to play Jonesboro's game. They're playing their game.
Yeah.
And they've not let Jonesboro get them into playing Jonesboro's.
Nope.
16-11 as the free throw is up and good. Trying to give Cabot a 6-point lead. That one won't go. 16-11. Panthers lead. Inside of 5 to go first half. 3 ball on the way, up and no good. That time by Wesson, and the rebound again, Cabot.
That's something else that's not working for them. I mean, they're not dropping anything from outside and trying to get everything inside fancy.
Hall takes it and can't get the shot to go, but coming up with the rebound, Muse. He can't get that one to go up off of the glass, and Jonesboro with the rebound back the other way. 16-11. C.J. Larry with the basketball works it into Montgomery. He tries to work it up and under, but it won't go, and the rebound back again comes Cabot. Chance to take their biggest lead of the ball game. Fed it right to Coleman. Coleman gets it up off of the glass for 2.
Look, that's where we usually see Coleman at. Man, what a great job of catching that pass. Great hands.
18-11 inside of the halfway point here in this second quarter. 3:50 and counting here in the first half. Harrell with the rock. Gives it up to Wesson. Wesson back up top Tillman. Left side Montgomery. Back to Tillman. Tillman for 3. No. That'll be tipped out of bounds by Harrell. And right now, Jonesboro just way out of sorts.
Yep.
I don't think we've really seen Jonesboro in transition more than maybe once or twice the entire game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
like you said, though. It's because Jonesboro. I mean, it's because Cabot.
Yeah. Christopher. Bring the ball up across the timeline. The 3:25 to go here in the first half. Muse sees an opening. I think if he thought about it, he could have taken it up on the right side of the glass, but he was looking to pass that time instead of looking to shoot.
Yeah, on the rebounds, Cabot has not gotten. At the end of the day, they've really gotten back on defense to keep that transition game from going against them for sure with this Jonesboro bunch.
Battle for the rebound. Jonesboro saves it. Here's that transition game. Kicking it outside for three. Well off of the mark. Tried to set up the three to Buford Wesson, but it was way off of the mark, and Cabot brings it back down the floor, up 7, 18-11. Long three, in and out, no good.
Really get that transition game going. You want to get a couple layups behind your belt before you start stopping and jacking up threes.
There's going to be another turnover, and battle still for the basketball. C.J. Larry works it over in the corner as Kelly gets it. Jonesboro able to save. That was almost another turnover. Shot in and out that time by Buford Wesson, and now we're going to get a foul underneath the basket. I think there's a little bit of frustration right now for Jonesboro.
Well, and that's what I think Coach Swift just said is why foul. I mean, he had to rebound, why foul him?
Foul's going to be called on James Blair. And that will send Leaks down to the charity stripe. He'll have a one-on-one opportunity. Knocks down the first one. Eight-point lead, biggest of the afternoon so far for Cabot.
Still a very low-scoring game for this Jonesboro bunch. I mean, 11 points.
11 points. Second one no good. Stays at a 19-11 count with 2:20 left to go here. First half. Up top, Montgomery gets it back to Harrell. Left side, it comes here to Wesson. Wesson looking for something, anything. But the defense in the paint right there, he was 1-on-3, and he lost. And be out of bounds off of Jonesboro. I'm kind of with Wes Swift on that one. That was real close.
Looks like he just lost a handle on it.
Yeah. All with the basketball. Now Muse. Inside of 2 minutes to go, first half. Muse with it. Takes and gives it up to Christopher. Christopher up top again to Hall. Hall takes it into the paint. Floats. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound Harrell. Fast break opportunity this time for Jonesboro. The shot's too strong, but the finish that time by Harrell. Harrell breaks another long period of no scoring for Jonesboro.
This did a good job of just playing defense there to alter that first attempt on a layup.
Christopher with the ball in the corner. Decides to take it back out, still on the dribble. The thing is, Cabot's not trying to do too much.
Yeah,
I think that makes the difference. Ball with it to Muse, right side again to Christopher. He looks inside at Leaks. They drop back on Leaks, so he takes it in and gets it to go. Great job of recognition right there, realizing that Leaks was not going to be in position to get the ball as the defense was coming out on him. That opened up the opportunity for him to go into the lane to get the do.
Well, and Leaks is a good-sized guy to use as a blocker as well.
He makes a nice lineman.
He would.
And a shot up and in there by Wesson for two. Shot clock off, inside of 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Half has been dominated by Cabot, both tempo and on the scoreboard. Muse tried to get it to Leaks. It leaks out of his hands. Then battle underneath the basket is going to send Christopher to the free throw line with 12.7 seconds left to go. And just kind of skipped off the fingertips of Leaks over to Christopher, and he just said, okay, I'll take it.
He is so big, Jay. I mean, I say big. He is so athletic, and just him leaving the floor is amazing to see him out here jumping like he does.
First free throw good. Makes it 22-15.
Brandon Bennett back into the game for the Panthers.
Christopher sets for the second. Up and good. 23-15 our score. Cabot on top. If you're just joining us, that's exactly what I said. Cabot on top. Harrell with a long three, well off of the mark. He'll count if it goes, but it doesn't go. But it doesn't matter right now for Cabot. They lead by 8, 23-15 here at halftime. We'll come back with our halftime show right after we take this time out on the EAB Sports Network.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in Eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
When you choose First Security, banking is just the beginning. Here, we take care of each other, making the community we all share even stronger. So people in Arkansas can build a life, buy a home, run a business, and more. Strength in numbers and neighbors. It's another way First Security helps Arkansas bank better. And it's why you should call on us today. First Security, bank better.
The 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And
back to the 6A Centennial Bank.
That's what I said before, he said. Welcome back here to halftime at the Centennial Bank basketball tournament here in Rogers. And you're seeing some of these highlights. And the story of the game is just without a question the inability of Jonesboro to get any kind of rhythm. And then again, Cabot just being very deliberate in what they want to accomplish, and they've been doing it.
Well, and you said it well. They're playing their game. They're not letting Jonesboro make them, do anything different. And right now, if you go back and look at Jonesboro this year, maybe even last year, I don't really think there'd be a half where you see 15 points because these guys know how to put the ball in the bucket, and right now they are really struggling on offensive end, and it has a lot to do with that Cabot defense. But Cabot's got so many players in, nobody with a lot of points, but I mean several people with points. You've got Goddard with 4, Christopher with 5, Musk with 5, Muse with 5, you've got Coleman with 4, you have Leaks with 3, you have Hall with 2. And then on the other side, you just got 4 scorers, which the other night we saw several people in that Jonesboro column that was scoring. Montgomery has 4, Wilson has 4, leading them Harold has 5, and Larry has 2. So what an outstanding job by the Cabot Panthers.
At halftime, Cabot leads by a score 23-15. We'll come back after we take this halftime timeout. You are watching high school basketball on the EAB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Purchasing and selling real estate, whether residential or commercial, is something no one can afford to make mistakes in. That's why Velda Looters, Coldwell Banker, RPM Group in Conway is ready to handle all your real estate needs. A professional who will lead you through the whole process of buying and selling real estate. Velda brings her years of experience and knowledge to the table. Get it right the first time with Velda Looters, your trained professional real estate expert. Call her today and learn more at 730-2857 or go online to veldalooters.com. Velda values your business.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind, Centennial Bank, Member FDIC.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
The Smith family are present every day to make sure you have the hometown feeling and no-hassle guarantee in purchasing a vehicle. Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back here at halftime, and it is Jonesboro trailing, and that's not a phrase that we have said very much all season long if you're a Jonesboro fan, but the Cabot Panthers are on top now by a score 23-15. And we will come back here in just a moment with another update and take a look at some scores maybe from around the state as we continue with our coverage of the Centennial Bank 6A basketball tournament here on the EAB Sports Network.
In the early 70s, a small machine shop opened in downtown Jonesboro. Jim Alexander created a business that today fuels the engines of industry in Craighead County and beyond. From raw materials, Alexander's Machine Shop fabricates components essential to our regional economy.
My father told me that regardless of what business you have, the quality and service are the most important things you can offer to those customers.
We're Arkansas made, Arkansas proud at Alexander's Machine Shop and KAIT.
First Community Bank was on board to help us make all of this facility a reality.
Having a pediatric office that can see every kind of child is just something that we needed.
He said, we'd like to have your business.
And we moved our money over, and we've been happy ever since.
Any question we have, the whole bank really treats us like family.
Having a lender actually get behind you and support you, and you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want, and the price? Yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas sippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The schools the best during the Centennial Bank State Tournament this week and look forward to seeing you in Hot Springs. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And welcome back, and again a reminder that the winner of this game will face off against the Bentonville West and Springdale winners. That game to be held at 7:30 tonight. Conway ladies have already punched their ticket to Hot Springs, and they'll play at 12 noon on Friday against the winner of the Cabot and North Little Rock game. All right, the second half is next after we take another timeout. We'll be back right here on the EAB Sports Network.
Petit Jean Meats smoke meat the old-fashioned way and have since 1928. We use real hickory wood in our smokehouse, giving you a better quality product and a better taste. Try award-winning Petit Jean Meats, bacon, ham, turkey, hot dogs, and sausage. Quality products you'll keep coming back for. Some things never change, and we think that's a good thing. Petit Jean Meats. Taste the difference.
Are you ready for tip-off? Arkansas PBS and the Arkansas Activities Association's back with championship basketball. It's going to be live in Hot Springs starting on March 9th. Going to run all weekend long as the state's best players are competing for a title. For all the ways to watch, go to myarpbs.org/sports.
It's time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association 6A State Basketball Tournament, presented by EAB Sports. Today's game brought to you by Centennial Bank, Chris Crane Hyundai, Pettigene Meats, First Security Bank, Smith Ford, Alexander's Machine Shop, NEA Baptist, First Community Bank, and Velda Looters Coldwell Bankers RPM Group. Let's go courtside now with J.R. Runyon for today's semifinal game between the number 1 seed from the Central, the Jonesboro Hurricane, and the number 3 seed from the Central, the Cabot Panthers. Central, the Cabot Panthers.
And welcome back here courtside. And Mr. King, if you are the Panthers, what do you need to do to go ahead and punch your ticket?
Well, you just got to keep playing the way you're playing and don't get into any transition ball game whatsoever with them. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I've really noticed. They have been getting all the attention on that side as far as when the fouls are called on the not saying there's any favoritism. I'm just saying that they're playing so hard down there. They are drawing Jonesboro into their game.
Yep.
And they're making Jonesboro make some decisions down low that's causing some charges and some other things down there that's putting them in a bind, and that's why they're behind right now.
Wes Swift, was pull some things at halftime,
right there.
And C.J. Larry is one of those things he wants to see go off. And he gets the three-pointer. Makes it 23-18. And there's a steal. There's that transition again. That creates a foul down here on the other end.
Well, and something we didn't see Jonesboro do either, and that was they didn't press any that half. No. And so that press right there just caused a turnover. So one thing Cabot can't do is they can't get rattled. They need to do their job by getting it across, and I think they can do that.
Tillman hits the first free throw. Makes it a 4-point game. Amazing how at 3 you could change the complexion of things. Second free throw in and out. 23-19 to score. 7:30 left to go here. Just back underway in the second half.
This will be an interesting matchup with Tillman and Christopher.
Christopher's so explosive. Come out kind of a 3-2 zone look. Rotation.
Yeah, it looked like that's what it was there because they kicked out and Wilson was on him.
Miss on the free throw, on the shot. Comes back the other way. Montgomery has it knocked away by Muse. That was a great defensive play by Muse. Jonesboro keeps possession. C.J. Larry with the basketball. Feeds it inside to Tillman. Tillman, great body control, up and off of the glass for 2. Makes it a 2-point ball game, 23-21. And quickly, Cabot calls timeout. 30-second timeout. We will take that 30-second timeout as well and come back. You are enjoying, I hope anyway, the 6A basketball tournament here on the EAB Sports Network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks. By remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
All right, welcome back here to Rogers High School, and a timeout there by Cabot. Wanting to regroup there. 23-21 the score, cleaning up a little sweat over on the MO of the Mountaineers. Cabot will bring the ball back up the floor. That's Muse. 23-21. Cabot still looking for their first points here in the second half. Down inside to Coleman. Coleman up off the glass for 2. 25-21. Into the paint. Floater is good for Wesson. And taken away by Jonesboro. And offensive foul going to be called on Tillman. He was just out of control, I think, more than anything.
was.
That's not a player control, that's a player lack of control foul.
Yeah, and that's 3 on him.
So Tillman will go to the bench. Coming out for him will be Kelly.
I don't think Coach Swift is too upset about that call down there. He was just upset that he thought they missed this charge down here with Coleman.
Coleman with the rock up high. Gives it to Muse, barely. But Wesson is all over Muse. Now they switch off back. Kind of a switch off zone type defense right now. Working it into the big fella. Coleman high off the glass, in and out, no good. Battle for Goddard, got his hands on it, but Jonesboro ends up with a basketball, and they're going to say he stepped on the line. He did. I happened to be watching at the same time the official was.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen.
We actually agreed. Not me and
Wait a
you.
minute.
Not me and you. We always agree. It's just the
we
officials.
agreed with an official?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cabot with the basketball after the turnover. Coleman thought about putting the shot up from beyond the arc, but decided, no, I'm just not ready to do that. Christopher, and now Christopher going to get called for the, or no, he just stepped on the line.
He stepped on
the line. I thought the way he was making his motion that he was going to call a foul, and I was going to go, I don't know about that. C.J. Larry brings the ball across for Jonesboro. 25-23 to score, 2-point game. C.J. Larry trying to change that. Can't get the roll. Put back won't go. Rebound taken down by Muse.
That's still part of a game that Cabot's really winning.
Not going to win that one, though.
No.
And that's going to be off of Coleman. And Coleman's saying, somebody's getting their finger in my eye, and it's not my guy.
Well, and that's a shot that Cabot really don't need to take. That's 2 in a row they've had that were kind of shots that Jonesboro were forcing in that first half.
Montgomery with it. Starts to penetrate. Now brings it back up top to Wesson. Wesson back to Montgomery, back to Wesson. Wesson will put a shot up and draw the contact, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Bennett whistle for the foul.
At the line, shooting 2, number 3, Buford Wesson.
So Buford Wesson will go to the free throw line. Wesson with 6 points so far in this ball game. Can't convert on the first free throw. Still a Cabot 2-point lead, 25-23. 4:33 left to go here in this quarter. The third. If you're just joining us. Second free throw up and good. Once again, I want to thank Lucas Wigington for doing a fantastic job of producing our broadcast here. Back up to 4. Goddard kicks it back out. 1-point ball game, 25-24. Conway Cabot has been outscored here in this second half and really out-hustled. Jonesboro starting to get more of their tempo going.
Yeah, exactly.
Over in the corner, C.J. Larry gets it back up to Harrell. Harrell turns and spins, has to adjust his shot, and did a great job of defending from the floor.
Yeah, from the floor, and the only thing that got him was he was sitting on the line when he knocked the ball out. That's an awesome job.
Great job by Goddard, just never giving up on the play. 4 minutes left to go, third quarter. It will be Jonesboro basketball. They're going to get a towel out there to clean up. That gives me an opportunity to do. They have done a great job with the facility here. I mean, it's a beautiful facility, but just their maintenance on everything has been outstanding. And except for the heater issue with you the other day. But
good lands, that was. Ooh. I'm all right though. I think that was a setup from Coach Kilgore though.
Okay, and he's running the baseline. Did you see that?
Yep.
And the shot won't go for Montgomery. I mean, you can't even do that at the collegiate level.
No.
So I don't get how they miss that here on this level. Bennett works it inside to Leaks. Leaks back outside to Goddard. Goddard for 3. Off the mark, no good. And we're going to get a foul underneath the basket. think Chris Leaks is going to be the offended person. It's going to be it's going to be on Harrell. Nice replay. Around they'll work it over to Christopher. Christopher looks at Goddard. Now takes and dribbles out. Braden Hall for the three. It's too long. Chasing it down again is Leaks. I like the aggressiveness of Leaks. Even though he wasn't able to save it, he still has been very aggressive when he's on the floor.
Well, and he's got great hands, too. I mean, a while ago, he did a great job of positioning and getting that rebound, or actually causing the foul on Harrell. But just an outstanding job by Leaks today.
Still a 1-point ball game. Cabot on top, 25-24. 3:15 in this low-scoring affair.
He knew he did.
Yeah. C.J. Larry gets called for the travel, and back the other way the ball will come. 3:14 left to go. Third quarter. It was one of those. Goddard trying to work it in to Leaks, but a good job defensively by Harrell results in a steal, and back the other way comes the Hurricane. Another three-ball launched. This one off of the front of the iron. No good that time by Wesson. And the rebound comes away again to Cabot. Jonesboro led 7-2, but has not led since that. Turned over to 8-7, but that three-pointer extends the lead again for Cabot. A three from the corner makes it 28-24. Wesson, right side of the lane.
No.
It wasn't. That's not going to be on Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
no, they called it a one.
I saw one. I did see one. I just I didn't notice it.
I can understand that foul. I could if they called that on Christopher from behind. I was like, no. Into the ball game now. James Blair for Jonesboro will inbound it. Get it to Wesson. Wesson from way outside. Cashes in that one. 28-27 and a timeout called by Jonesboro. Timeout called by Jonesboro. We'll keep it right here and remind you that coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, it will be the semifinals of the bottom part of the girls bracket. The Friday bracket. Cabot defeated Bentonville on Friday, and North Little Rock defeated Harbor on Friday, so they will square up with the right to play Conway this next Friday down in Hot Springs for the 6A girls title.
A matchup that Cabot won the last time.
Yeah. So the rubber match in that matchup. Look at some great highlights. Lucas and his crew again have done a fantastic job catching the action here, producing these games, keeping me on track. I mean, you know, they've had their hands full.
They have done an outstanding job. I'm going to say they're just appreciative of you as you are of them.
Well, Rogers High School Television, we want to say thank you on behalf of the DAV Sports Network for working with us to bring these games, and Centennial Bank for your sponsorship, Chris Crane Hyundai for your sponsorship, Alexander's Machine Shop up in Jonesboro, First Security Bank, First Service Bank, or not First Service, First Security, First Community Bank for their sponsorships as well. Bell Diluters in Conway, Pettigene Meats, and NEA Baptist, all for making it possible for us to be out here to sit courtside for 20 games. And man, it's been fun.
Oh, it's been a blast.
28-27.
That's going to be 3 on Montgomery.
Montgomery picks up his third foul with still 2 minutes left to go in the third. So he'll come out and into the ball game. It will be Quashawn Neal. Christopher works it over to Muse. Feeling it, but unfortunately he didn't feel enough of it. It comes up short, and the ball will come back the other way. Jonesboro with a chance to take a lead for the first time since they led 7-5.
I don't know that I've seen Muse hit a 3 this tournament. And he has lit Conway up before in the past.
Wesson with the basketball, guarded out there by Bennett. He throws it away. He goes over to James Blair and says, I thought you were going to go this way. And he says, well, I thought you wanted me to go this other way. So Coleman will re-enter, and Leaks will get a breather.
Glad they blew that whistle, because Leaks was walking off the court regardless if Coleman was coming in or not.
Ball comes up to Christopher. Cabot protecting a 1-point lead, 28-27. Trying to extend it back out. They've led since they took the lead at 8-7. And that'll be off the fingertips.
Yep, a 4.
Of Mr. Kelly. So it will stay with the shot clock at 13 and game clock at 1:05 here in the third. Probably one of the lowest scoring boys games we've seen in a long time. Which plays to Cabot's advantage.
I just think, say, if you wanted to see how Cabot had to have an advantage in this, it would be a low-scoring game.
Christopher puts the shot up. It is fouled that time by Wesson. It'll be his second. Team's fourth here in the second half. Coleman around to Bennett, over in the corner to Christopher. He works it back to Coleman, kicking it outside. The three's just not falling for number 3, Gavin Muse. That'll be a ticky, I don't want to say ticky-tack. That'll be a, I really shouldn't have done that foul. Brayton Hall will Chris Leaks will check back in for Christopher and Coleman for the final 41 seconds here of the third quarter. Cabot with a 1-point lead, 28-27. Jonesboro wanting to get that lead back before the fourth. About 5 seconds differential in the shot in the game clock. Actually about 5, maybe 6. Wesson takes it into the paint, explodes, gets the shot to fall, draws the contact. And Jonesboro has their first lead since falling behind 8-7 back in the first quarter.
Well, that right there is what gets the team going. And, man, what a great job by Wesson down low.
He just exploded up top, and then by the time you caught up with what he was doing, he was underneath the basket. So 29-28, Jonesboro takes the lead. Harrell will sit out for the final 29 seconds. Wesson at the line. Cashes in on the and one. 2-point lead, 30-28. C.J. Larry will come back in, and Wesson will get a breather.
And Luke Balls into the game for Jonesboro.
So Cabot will work it down for the final shot here of the third quarter. Can they take the lead or at least tie it? Oh, Goddard had everything he wanted right there.
He knows he messed up on that one.
I think he was just too fast when he exploded there, because just the momentum carried that ball beyond his focal point on the rim.
He
got
got
backward.
He got up as well.
Ball comes into Muse. Cabot maintains possession. 15. Now Christopher sees an opening, takes it up, gets it to go, ties the ball game at 30. Still time here, though, for Jonesboro to put up a final shot.
Muse is playing without a shoe.
Three-pointer off the back of the iron, no good, and we go to the fourth quarter with absolutely nothing decided, except that it has been a great ball game.
Yep, and got one guy without a shoe.
Got one no shoe. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after we take this time out here on the EAB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
First Community Bank was on board to help us make all of this facility a reality.
Having a pediatric office that can see every kind of child is just something that we needed.
He said, we'd like to have your business.
And we moved our money over, and we've been happy ever since.
Any question we have, the whole bank really treats us like family.
Having a lender actually get behind you and support you, and you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Here's the First Community Bank, and the best is yet to come.
Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
Some great highlights from the third quarter here. Actually, throughout this ball game. 30-30 is our score as we come back to play here in the fourth. Nothing decided except that Cabot has the basketball to start the fourth. Down by 8 at halftime. Jonesboro has fought back, had a lead. Now Coleman trying to give the lead back to Cabot. Shot won't go. Battle for it underneath the basket. Harrell comes up with it. Harrell gets it up to Tillman. Tillman takes it up the floor, finds underneath the bucket. Can't get the reverse layup to go. And the ball will come back to Cabot, and they'll just take their time. Again, not wanting to get into a running game with Jonesboro.
No, they want to play their pace, and right now that's in their favor.
And losing the handle on it is Christopher. Wesson gets it. Wesson takes it down the floor. Can't get the shot to go. Battle for it underneath the basket. Tillman ends up with it. Tillman will put it off the glass for 2.
Tillman was at the right place at the right time on that one.
And nobody gave up down there.
Nah, not a bit.
32-30, Jonesboro. Biggest lead they've had since they were ahead 7-2. Turnover back the other way. Tillman. Great job by Hall getting in front of that pass, and then a foul going to be called on Jonesboro.
Jonesboro foul number 3.
That'll be on Wesson.
His third, team Smith.
So it'll come back the other direction to Cabot. Christopher gives it up to Muse. Muse with just 4 points in this ball game. None from outside. As you mentioned, we know that he can light it up from outside.
Cabot as a whole can shoot from outside.
Shot clock down to 5. Now Muse drops it off to Coleman. He'll put a 10-footer up and knock it down for 2. Ties the score back at 32. C.J. Larry with the rock here for Jonesboro. He sets it up, and that's Wesson for 3. No good. Rebound. 3. That's Muse.
In all honesty, Central's not shot the ball well from outside either.
You mean Jonesboro?
Jonesboro, I mean Central. They got them colors.
Cabot retakes the lead, 34-32, but back down the other way. Great job by Montgomery, sliced into the basket to tie it back at 34. Jermaine Christopher across the timeline. Speaking of explosions, and they'll say jump ball, and that will favor Jonesboro. So checking into the ball game right now as Coleman and Hall come out are Bennett and Leaks for Cabot. Tied at 34. 5:10 left to go. This one going to go down to the wire. Harrell takes it left side to Wesson. Now Tillman.
But one of the very few times you see Jonesboro take their time.
Which I think actually plays in Cabot's favor. Although they'll set up Tillman for a good look at the 3, but it's off the front of the iron. So all that time, and you get a 3 that's not close. So Cabot will bring the ball back up the floor. Leading by a score, or tie score rather, at 34. Now top, Muse. Dribbles left side now to Christopher. Over in the corner to Bennett. Bennett to Goddard. Goddard looking down inside for Leaks. Leaks tries to go up strong and does. Up over Harrell. And the lead goes back to Cabot, 36-34. But quickly down the floor, and then Christopher. And an offensive foul going to be called on Tillman. Offensive foul on Tillman. And I think that's his fourth. You think it was his fifth?
I did.
I did too. Cabot with the basketball and a 2-point lead as we cross over the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Inside of 4 minutes left. Christopher on the rock. Winner advances to the 145 final in Hot Springs next Friday.
Man, you talking about a shocker if it ends up like stays the way it is.
Almost a travel there by Muse. Now we'll get the foul on Montgomery. That'll be the 16th foul on. That's his fourth. So Christopher will go to the free throw line. Actually, that was the 7th team foul, so he will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Try to extend this Cabot lead. Nothing but nylon. 37-34. Just to make it a 2-possession lead. Start thinking about that when you get inside that 4-minute mark. We're at 3:30 left to go here in the ball game. Second free throw good. 38-34, Cabot on top by 4. A timeout by Wes Swift. Timeout, we will take it as well and come back. Our score, Cabot leads Jonesboro 38-34 here on the EAB network.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Lately, buying a pre-owned vehicle has been kind of crazy. You never find what you want, and the price? Yikes! Sold that unit this morning, but come on down and I'll fix you up real nice. Thankfully, there's Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Huge selection from gas zippers to big trucks and SUVs? Check. Safety inspected vehicles? Check. Banks that love to say yes? Oh, yeah.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway.
The same. Our roots run deep. Our commitment to you runs deeper. We're celebrating 25 years of First Community Bank, and the best is yet to come.
Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
And some great highlights, man. This has been a highlight-filled ball game, even though it's been low scoring. What has happened has been impressive.
Oh, it's been a great game.
Cabot leads by 4. 3:15 left to go. 38-34. Jonesboro with the basketball, and that's going to be thrown away, and that'll turn it back over to Cabot. Like I say, there's no way nobody touched that, but. 3:08 left to go here in the ball game. 38-34. Cabot with the basketball after the turnover. Gavin Muse working it around here to Goddard. Goddard wants to take it in strong. Does. Can't get the shot to go first time. Was able to put a second one back up. It comes up short, and Jonesboro this time cleans the glass. 2:45 left to go. Jonesboro down by 4. Into the paint. Turnaround Wesson. Nice shot.
Great turnaround down low.
Makes it a 2-point game. 38-36. Inside of 3 now. 2.5 inside. And 10-second count, they force the turnover. Didn't get it across the timeline. And Cabot wants to take a timeout and talk. We'll take the timeout right here and the opportunity to talk as well. Again, that Conway Lady Cats defeated Little Rock Central earlier today, 66-38, to advance to the finals that will be held at 12 noon on Friday in Hot Springs at Summit Bank Arena. And then they will play the winner of today's Cabot and North Little Rock game. That game will be the first of our second session. We'll tip off at 6 o'clock. Now, the winner of this game will play the winner of our nightcap today, Bentonville West and Springdale. That should be a packed house and a great ball game.
It'll be a loud atmosphere in here. It'll be what basketball's all about.
So be sure to join us for those broadcasts right here on the EAB Sports Network as we bring those to you. And, of course, right here on 92.7 Jack FM in Central Arkansas, your home for the 6A State Basketball Tournament. Eric King and Bud Stropella joined me here, and this has been a fun week, guys. And I know Bud's hoping to have his basketball season extend here.
Exactly.
He is the play-by-play voice for the Jonesboro Hurricane, and you can find him over on the radio broadcast right now. And he has helped us out all week, and we appreciate Bud and enjoy working with him. And, of course, it's always great to work with the best broadcast partner in the business, Mr. Eric King. I'm J.R. Runyon saying thank you, Eric, and thank you, everybody, for being a part of this week.
You bet. Thanks for what you guys do, for sure.
38-36. Jonesboro trails by 2, but has the basketball coming out of the timeout. Harrell with it. Kicks it up. Back around to Harrell, who's been somewhat quiet today. Of course, with only 36 points on the board, there's nobody who's made a whole lot of noise.
No, on either side.
Tillman gets it back in the paint. Tillman takes it in, turns, he spins and shoots. It won't go, but the putback might go. Montgomery ties the ball game at 38. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Now Jonesboro looks to put pressure on the inbounds play. No-go full court pressure. And taking it all the way down. Oh, the shot won't go, but Leaks is there for the putback. And a jump ball they're going to call. Leaks wanted the foul, but he just got solid defensively.
Well, that's a great job by Harold, but it was also a great job by Leaks, too, of staying with it because you didn't know what the call was going to be.
Right. So Leaks will come out and Coleman will come back in. The officials are still conferring, making sure that they are giving the ball to the right team here. No. Ball comes in to Hall, who gets it to Coleman. Coleman drops it back out to Muse. Coleman comes way out top. Tied at 38. Over in the corner, Hall trying to break the tie. Shot won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Wesson does a good job of securing it and gets it back up the floor to Kelly. Kelly looked at the shot, gave it up, passed it back out top, and Wesson and Jonesboro will call timeout. We'll keep it right here. Minute 11 left to go here in the ball game. Be sure to stick around for us as we present the ride to the finals, as one of these teams is going to be headed to Hot Springs to face off against the winner of the Bentonville West Springdale game. As we mentioned, that is our nightcap here. But right now, 38-38 our score in a very low-scoring affair. And again, thanks to Lucas Wigington, his outstanding job in working with the highlights and working with all the things that have confronted us this week. And Keith Kilgore and his staff here in Rogers have done a fantastic job. Lisa Williams, principal here at Rogers High School. Ronnie, the athletic director here at Conway, or at Rogers. With all this blue around my eyes.
Yeah.
But which means that the next time I'm in Conway, I'll be saying Rogers.
Yeah.
But just outstanding effort, and thank you so much for being a part of our day here today. All right, here we go. 1:05 left to go. We're tied at 38. Montgomery with the basketball. We've gone back and forth with the lead here in the fourth quarter. Wesson Gives it back to Montgomery. Trying to set up the shot. Working it inside. Tillman's got the look. Front of the iron, no good though, and the rebound taken down by Cabot. 45 seconds left to go here in this one. We are still tied at 38. This time Jonesboro drops back defensively. .30 seconds left. About a 14-second differential in the shot clock in the game clock.
Could this be our only overtime game?
It might
or
be.
First.
Or first. And timeout called by Cabot with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. As they just didn't feel like they had any kind of rhythm or something going on there. So wanting to be sure not turn the ball over.
Well, I got nervous too when he threw that pass over because he stretched for it and I heard the whistle blow. I thought he might have stepped on the boundary line over there, but he didn't. So.
All right, again, we are tied at 38-38. And Lucas, if we do in fact have an overtime, we will take a 2-minute break between the regulation and overtime. And we'll just play it by ear from there. So, a 2-minute break at the end of regulation, if in fact we do end up playing overtime. Rogers High School, site of this year's 6A state basketball tournament, been outstanding host. We want to thank the Arkansas Activities Association as well. They provided us this opportunity and has a company, the EAB Sports Network, taking care of games here as well as in Blytheville with the 4A matchup. All right, 19 seconds left to go. Cabot with 5 on the shot clock. Has to make something happen fast. And they'll just, shot clock will run out. And Jonesboro will have to inbound it with 13 seconds left. Now Jonesboro will have a chance. And I think they're going to take the timeout. No, they're not. They're just substituting. All right. 14 seconds is what they're going to say is left on the clock. 38 all. Jonesboro going to try to win it in regulation. Jonesboro fans rise to their feet. Cabot fans make some noise. Wesson into the paint. And a blocking foul going to send Wesson to the free throw line with a foul on Leaks with 3.7 seconds left. Hey, check that. They're going to say that it was in the act of shooting. Cabot wanted that on the floor because that would have only been the 16th foul. And now Wesson will go to the free throw line. Each team with 1 timeout left.
He's missed one. He's missed one today.
He did not miss that one.
He didn't miss that one.
And Jonesboro's going to call timeout with 3.7 seconds left to go. Jonesboro leads 39-38 in what has been an outstanding basketball game here this afternoon. So both teams will be shooting free throws. Should there be any other fouls in the final 3.7 seconds?
If you'd have told me this was going to be the score, I would have said this is Cabot.
Yeah.
But again, this just tells you how good this Jonesboro team is. This game was never
not have their game.
Yeah, exactly. This game was never played the way that they're accustomed to playing, and it definitely wasn't played to their speed, and they were not hitting the ball hitting the shots from outside. So, but battle and then gives you a shot to win.
How big is this free throw? It's huge. And it'll be Weston at the free throw line to make it a 2-point game. Now, Cabot will have a timeout, but unlike the NBA, they don't advance it to midcourt on a timeout.
No.
So the best thing they could do is to inbound it quickly and try to get the timeout at half court, but that'd be the ideal situation.
Well, with this defense, I tell you what, it'd be an accomplishment just to get it in bounds, as smothering as they are right now.
All right, well, let's go courtside here for the second of 2 free throws from the senior Wesson. Got them both. 40-38, and now Cabot will take that timeout now to try to set something up. So Cabot will take the timeout now. We'll keep it right here. What a ball game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, what more could you want?
What do you expect at tournament time? I mean,
exactly.
that's the thing, you know. You expect tight ball games. You hope for, you know, some very competitive games, and we have certainly seen that here all week long. But now as we get ready for Jonesboro and Cabot to square off for the final 3.7 seconds. And Cabot will have to inbound, get the link to the floor. Do you go for the three for the win, or do you just try to get your guy down low to maybe try to draw an and one, because you know they're not going to foul. They're going to tell them don't foul.
Yeah, they're going to tell them not to foul, but I mean, if it's me, whatever I can do to get it in. I mean, if we go to overtime, we go to overtime.
Yep.
If I win it, we win it. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. I just make sure you don't walk or do anything crazy.
You know, and I almost would put both Leaks and they're not going to do that, but I would almost put Leaks in there as well as Coleman, just to give you two bigs underneath the basket if that was what you were going to try to do. But it looks like they've got the shooters out there.
But Leaks is definitely, I mean, Christopher's definitely got the speed to get by him.
And they're going to get it. He has to get it in. So Christopher's got the speed. Works it down inside.
Oh!
Shot doesn't go. They had the shot they wanted, and Muse was there all alone under the basket. But Jonesboro holds on to win 40-38. Gavin Muse will relive that shot for years.
I'll tell you what, if there was anybody I thought was going to get it underneath, I would want it to be him. And, man, it just bounced and rolled out. What a great job. Good job by Christopher getting it down, man. What a great ball game.
What a great game. And the Jonesboro Hurricane have punched their ticket, and they will take the ride to the finals. And they'll head down to it, and it's good to see Bud still breathing over here.
Yeah.
He's got to get up for a moment, but Bud's still breathing over here as we get ready for the presentation courtside.
To the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. Jonesboro, you have earned your Everett ride to the finals. Congratulations and best wishes next week. In Hot Springs, the Jonesboro Hurricane advance to the state championship game against the winner of tonight's matchup featuring Bentonville West and Springdale.
And there you see the Jonesboro team all gathered together there. The boys basketball state championship game at the Bank OZK Arena. It's the Everett ride to the finals as they have punched their ticket, and they are headed to Hot Springs for a 145 match with Bentonville West Springdale winner. That game will be back here at 7:30 tonight. Congratulations to the Jonesboro Hurricane. They are your 6A Central representative into the finals to be held next Friday in Hot Springs. We'll be back with our final thoughts after this timeout here on the EAB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
First Community Bank was on board to help us make all of this facility a reality.
Having a pediatric office that can see every kind of child is just something that we needed.
He said, we'd like to have your business.
And we moved our money over, and we've been happy ever since.
Any question we have, the whole bank really treats us like family.
Having a lender actually get behind you and support you, and you couldn't ask for anything more than that.
540.
Back to the 6A Centennial Bank Tournament from Rogers High School.
As you see some of the game highlights being played on your screen, an outstanding ball game, 40-38 our final score as Jonesboro gets their ticket to the finals. And congratulations to the Jonesboro Hurricane And congratulations to the Cabot boys for getting to this point. They played some outstanding basketball this week and just came up a layup short of extending this into overtime.
Well, and what a great job. I mean, 3.7 seconds on the clock, and you end up getting a great shot. If you could write it up any better, what a great job by the coach to write that up, and a good job for Christopher getting it down the floor. But outstanding job. They had the chance that they want. They played the game that they wanted to play. They got Central to play that same game, and again, it just tells you how good this. I'm sorry, I keep saying Central because of their colors. It just tells you.
Hi, I'm.
So Jonesboro will face off against the winner of tonight's Bentonville West and Springdale game. And again, our thanks to Lucas Wigington for doing an outstanding job with production here today and all throughout this week. And we'll be back tonight at 6 o'clock for the final session of our semifinals. And again, for the best broadcast partner in the business, Mr. Eric King, I'm J.R. Runyon.